Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to what is today going to be us going through and have a look at those boss drop must get items #9, and we are starting off today at Join Falcon Tower because there are some really nice drops from a few different monsters at this map that we just have to talk about. This series is also us essentially looking at pretty much every single boss in game, or at least the vast majority of them, so not all of them will be quite as exciting as going along and getting yourself Alteon's Dragon Sword, or indeed, if you would like a polished version, if you speak to Lady Celestia, there is a replay Dragon Draco fight option, and that will take you along to a very special boss, because if you come along here, you will find yourself a Dragonlord type armor, specifically the FalconLord armor, and again, it will be for free players. They are AC tagged, and this is also where you can get yourself the blueprint if you would like to merge for the Falcon Tower house. We are now moving on though to join escherion because we are back at the first Lord of Chaos. Now I'm sure the majority of us have fought him many times and rather annoyingly seen this drop list an awful lot. However, he does exist and it's always worth shouting out because if you are a legend and you would like escherion's robe, then this is where you can go along and grab it, and it is a really cool OG armor and definitely worth it. We are now at Join Eternalchaos. Now be warned with this map, it is tagged as New Year, so if any of the drops are not appearing for you, that is likely the reason why. I think only one of them has seasonal against them officially, so just be ever so slightly cautious with this map if you are doing out of season, but I think everything here should be dropping as normal, so we'll just glance past that fact for the time being. As you can see, there are going to be a few different portals you can go in, and there are plenty of time-themed items, weapons, helms, capes, the list goes on, including this Bandit Draco. Now, Bandit Draco has about 3 different armors you're able to go along and pick up. They're all sort of variants of some form of rogue armor or just the kind of Bandit Draco look, and you never know, you may fancy grabbing a few of these, all AC tags, and could be worth putting away in your bank for a rainy day. Heading over to the next portal, we have got a version of Draco, and if you go along defeating this version of Draco, you can see there is this Chaos Spy theme going on, as well as more Time Reaper items. There's also a very long hairstyle in here as well. As you can see, it did drop off the screen a little bit. Next up is going to be Eternal Draco. We are still at this same map, this is just in the final portal. You'll notice though the ground rune has got seasonal against it, so glance over that until New Year, when I suspect is when it will be coming back. Join earthstorm. This is a bit of a weird map you probably weren't expecting to see today, but if you head down to here and you find yourself this crystal type dragon and you are a member, you can in fact pick up this bone blade, and you never know, someone out there may fancy it. Join Ebilcorp HQ is going to be our next location for the Master Chairman boss drops. I couldn't get to him at this map because apparently I've not actually completed the event yet, which absolutely baffled me. I thought I was up to date on the whole Ebilcorp saga and all the different stories we've got going on there, but apparently not. This one has got a wide variety of drops. There is, as you can see, this Ebilcorp set, which has an awful lot of items to go along with it, and we will have a little look when we eventually get down the list at some posters as well. I must say, when I first saw this drop list, I was like, wow, that is a lot of items, but they are literally just all variants of different forms of hair, and I'm not too sure how many of us want to go along and pick up legend or just totally free player hair, which aren't even AC tags, so I guess you'll probably not be grabbing too many of those items. However, you'll see we're about to come on to these posters, and some of these are pretty cool and could look very good in your house if you would like to go along and pick them up. We've got Daedron, we've got Nulgath, we've got Ziri. There is a little bit of all sorts going on here, and some of them have some quite quirky little catchphrases as well. You never know, if you want something a little bit banterous on your walls, maybe that is something you can go along and pick up. Right, our next map is going to be Join Ebondungeon, and once you are here, first of all, you have got this merge shop. It's only got 3 items in it, so I'm not too sure if we'll be picking those up. However, you can look at the Doomblade quest, which is also from a mysterious stranger, as you can see right here. These are Doomblade Variants, so you never know, if you do want a dark one, it is there. Weirdly enough, the Dark Doomblade quest rewards you a Sepulture variant, which baffled my brain because the dark one was darker than the dark one, and instead went by the name of Monstrous. The boss at this map does drop you the King Defrix's armor set, which comes with an axe, cape and helm. If you would like to dress up as that monster, you can do. We're now going over to join ebonslate, and once you're here, the only thing we're really interested in at this map is going to be the Bruiser. There's a really strange looking Reaper Shadow Scythe, but I do quite like the Shadow Stealer armor set. Everything here is AC tagged, so if you see anything you do fancy, it's definitely worth going along and grabbing. Join Ectocave has plenty of different bits for us to look at. First of all, there is the Ectocave merge. As you can see, it is just a free player merge with a member pet thrown in. Whilst you're here, you can have a quick chat with Diagon, who yet again has got the Diagon's merge shop with lots of toxic type items within it. You will have noticed there is also an AC shop. It's just same variants of what you've already seen, so we won't be showing you that one this time. If you go over to the boss, as you'll see, there is the Dragon Rogue armor set to pick up. Not an AC tag attached to this one, but it is still quite a cool looking set and could work with a variety of different outfits. You've also got some eggs, which I believe are house items, or maybe they're pets, but I don't really know. Long story short, they're there and they exist. Join Eden is our next location, and first of all, there is this really quirky quest that has really quite an interesting armor. It is a prisoner armor, but it is in a giant floating ball, so if you would like to walk around the map in a giant floating ball, the Kawaii prisoner armor is going to be for you. As you can see, it has got the same drop rate chance as pretty much everything else in this list, and there's also a plenty of variety actually from that particular quest. The monster we're going to be looking at is this claw machine, and again, I'm sure many of us have been along here in the past, but just in case you have forgotten what is still available, in case you would like to pick up some slightly different armors and items, then this is the place to be. As you can see, there is in fact a rainy day tour guide armor, which is fairly amusing compared to what we usually get on a day-to-day basis. You'll notice that some of the monsters in this area will also drop you a couple sets. It is nearly time to map hop yet again, and we're going slightly OG. Well, I say slightly OG, I'd say it's pretty old school right now. It is going to be a Join Elemental for the Mana Elemental. Again, one of these, if you're an endgame farmer or have farmed any sort of Nulgath bits in the past, you've defeated him numerous times, but he exists, and as a result, you have got a couple legend bits in the form of the Astral Helm and also the Astral Scythe, which, believe it or not, I do quite like as item drops. Next up is going to be Join Dragon Crown, and that is for the Draco Tenebris Set, which, to be honest, is probably one of my favourites in this video. It always was one of my favourites. I'm almost certain this was part of the 7 Deadly Dragon saga, which I'm fairly sure I said last video was one of my favourite events that released over a period of time. One of my sagas that was favoured to complete. And as you can see, this is what the set looks like. It is really nice. It's AZ tagged, and this is definitely one of those must-get items if you have not already got it. Join eridanipast is going to be our last location. There is of course a merge shop for you here, which will tie into some of the boss drops that we'll have a little look at in just a moment. And if you do travel through the map, you will find yourself Suki right here, and this is the drop list that will be available to you. Anyway folks, as always, that brings us to the end of this particular video. We'll be back for part 10 incredibly soon, so keep your eyes peeled because we'll be on the way with more boss drops and their must-get items. So until next time, have a lovely day.